A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing great and having a very blessed and productive Ramzan so far. So we'll now begin with our third lesson, which is divided into two parts. And the first part is about the introduction to Tanween, and then the second part would be about the application and the significance of knowing Tanween. Okay, so before we begin, first of all, Rabbi Yassir, Wala Tu'assir, wa Tammim bil Khair, and Rabbi Shrah li Sadri wa Yassir li Amri, Wahlul Uqdatam min Lisani Yafqahu Qawli. Amin Ya Rabbal Alameen. Alrighty. So, third lesson about Tanween. So, what is Tanween? So far, we know about the single harakat, which are Dhamma, okay, Fatha, or Kasra, also known as Pesh, Zabar, and Zir. Alright. Now, what is meant by Tanween? Tanween simply means double vowel sound. Okay, so right here I've got it, which is the okay. Okay, so here I have the Tanween, double pesh, double zabar, double zir. Okay, and we already know from our tajweed, because all of us know here how to recite, so we know that this thing here is the sound of un. Okay, and double zabar gives the sound of an, and double zir gives the sound of in. So if this is a bay, and if I were to add this double page to bay, it would be bun. With this it would be bun, and with this it would be bin. Okay, so this is the double vowel sound. This is the definition of Tanween, and it ends with the n sound. Okay, so bun, bun, bin. Okay, and one thing that well, some people take very long to realize actually, is that it is always present on an ism. Okay, so from the last lesson we know that words in Arabic can be classified into three types, which is fail, which is the tenses, then ism, which is noun, and the haruf. Okay, so Tanween, if we find a Tanween on any word, then this is an ism until proven otherwise. Well, there is no exception to that. That is an ism. Okay, uh, first of all, so we have ism always present at the end. Okay, you'll never find this Tanween in the middle or in the beginning. Okay, it's always present at the end. Why I'm stressing on this point is that most often while we are reciting, we often tend to mix a couple of words, or we pause at some point where we are not exactly supposed to pause. Okay, and that in that Tanween part actually forms unconsciously, it forms the middle of that word, and then we pause, and then after we just connect it to the next word or to the next letter, and then we pause. Okay, so just make sure that you know that if you have a Tanween at the on the ism, then it has to be the end of that word. Okay, so manage your recitation according to that. Okay, so first point was that it is always present on noun. Second point, at the end of it. Third point is that it is always present on the common noun. What's a common noun? In Urdu or in Arabic, we have the term ism nakra, okay, which means that, for example, it's a book. Okay, so in English we have the articles such as a, an, and the. They aren't too different. And aren't too different, because they signify the same thing. It's the common noun, or the nakra, ism nakra. But the is the article that shows proper noun or ism marfa. Okay, so we'll cover the Arabic equivalent of the word the. Okay, but right now let's just focus on the tanween, which signifies that the ism is nakra. So if I were to say the word kitabun, since it ends at the un sound, I know that it's tanween, and this would automatically translate to a book, not the book. Okay. Similarly, it may also be translated as, let me just clear the board. So it may also be translated as any book. Okay. And if it's a plural, then of course books instead of the books. Okay. So that's the thing. Next point. Uh, Now, this tanween has many implications, okay? And I'll try to give you an introduction of some of the advanced level implications as well. While the basic ones are just the fact that it's the uh, common noun, okay? So the basic level implication is simply the fact that it indicates that an ism is a common noun or ism nakra, and the advanced ones will be inshallah discussed later on. Okay, so now that we have the basic concept, let's just study a couple of examples that I have here. Okay. No, okay. Okay, I messed it up. Did I? Oh, okay. Sorry for this. So, yeah, here it is. So the word kitabun, we see that we have double pesh over here, which gives us the sound of bun at the end. So this translates to a book or any book. Okay. Similarly, qalamun, a pen or any pen. Then we have waladin. Walad means son, so or a boy. So waladin means a boy, all right. But the only now the implication of that I mean, what difference does it make if a word has the in sound or the un sound or the unsound is something that we learn in the next part of this lesson, inshallah. Okay, so let's not focus on that right now. Let's just focus on the tanween and its sounds. Okay, and an important point that I'm going to mention shortly. So we have waladin. So we have the sound of din. Okay. So this is tanween again. Then we have baitan. Now, why have I not highlighted it? Is because that I want you to notice something is different about this word. What is it? The word baitan is written with an extra alif over here. Okay. So if it's the baitun, baitan, okay, there isn't any extra alif, but in the unsound, okay, the double zabar one, we have an extra alif. Okay, I'll elaborate on it in a bit. Okay, so we have baitan, then again we have islamun. Okay, rasulin. Now there is no structural change in the word islamun or in rasulin, waladin, qalamun, kitabun. However, there is a slight structural change when we add or when we have the tanween of double zabar. And what that is that we have to add an alif after this double zabar. Okay, so for example, if we have baitun, then it becomes baitan. Okay, then similarly we have kitaban. This is the original word kitaban, and then the extra alif because of the double zabar. Okay, similarly we have qalamun or qalaman, which is the original word. Then due to this zabar tanween, double zabar tanween, we have to add an extra alif, okay, at the end. So similarly, baitan, waladan, rasulan, islaman. Okay, baitan, by the way, means a house. Qalaman is pen, kitaban is a book, waladan is a son or a boy. All right, so that's that. So we know the sounds, and then we know that whenever we have a word that has this tanween, which is a double zabar tanween, we have to add an extra alif at the end of that word. Okay, so I like to call this this alif as post tanween alif, because whenever the word post is prefixed with something, it means after. Okay, so it's actually after tanween alif. Okay, so it's post tanween alif. That's how I like to call it. Now, next we need to know what are the two situations when we do not add the post tanween alif. Okay, just two conditions, and they are as follows. Whenever an ism ends in round ta, or as we call it, the gol ta, okay, it's also called, its actual name actually is tai merbuta. And here are a few examples. Jannatan, shajaratan. Look, since these words are ending with the gold ta or the tai merbuta, therefore we are not going to add the post tanween alif when they're written in the double zabar form. Okay, so now these double zabar, double page, double zir, they have specific names, and we are going to cover that in the next part of this lesson, in lesson 3b, inshallah. Okay, so don't worry about that. So we have jannatan and shajaratan without any post tanween alif. That's the first situation when we do not add the post tanween alif. Next, the next condition is okay, so the next condition when we do not add a post tanween alif is if the noun ends in the alif hamza combo. So we have some word over here, okay, and then the ending of that word is in alif and hamza, such as the word sama'un. Well, here it says sama'an, but okay, sama'an and nisa'an. So we have these two, the previous letters, and then we have alif hamza combo, alif hamza combo. Okay, so whenever we have any word that ends like this in the alif hamza combo, we do not add a post tanween alif. Okay, and that is something that you can come across while you're reciting. And okay, so we are not going to write it as sama an or nisa an. Okay, that would be terribly wrong. Nope. Similarly, we're not going to write it as jannatan with alif, with post tanween alif, or shajaratan with post tanween alif. Okay, absolutely wrong. It's sama an without alif, nisaan without alif. Okay. Now a few examples, or rather variations, and then we'll move with the exercise. Okay, so we have 4 words here. The first word is sawa'un. Now you might be wondering where am I getting this un sound from? I'll explain it in the next lesson, okay, in the next part. So we have sawa here now, and it means same. So in Surah Al-Baqarah we have it's same whether you warn them or do not warn them. Sawa'un alayhim anzartahum am lam tunzirhum. Okay, so sawa'un becomes sawa'an without the post tanween alif. Now this word shay, it means a thing. We have hamza, but we do not have the alif hamza combo. Therefore, the double zabar form is going to be written as shay'an with the post tanween alif. Okay. Next, nida. So we have nida. Nida means a call. Okay. So once again, alif hamza combo, and no post tanween alif in the double hamza form. I'm sorry, the double zabr form. Then the next example is su. Su means horrible. So this is once again not the alif hamza combo, but wow hamza combo, and therefore we're going to add the post tanween alif in its double zabr form, which is su an. Okay. Next we have the exercise right here, and what we're gonna do is form these variations. Okay, these different now there are only these three forms of tanween, and that's how we're going to practice it. Okay, so first we have the un sound, then the in sound. Let's just go all the way up like this. Yeah, okay. So here is my pen. Okay, no. Okay, so first of all we have the word amal, and so first of all we have the word amal. So amal becomes amalun. Okay, then amalan. Notice the post tanween alif over here. Then amalin. Similarly, the word jaza becomes jazaun. Jazaan without the post tanween alif because of the alif hamza combo. Then jazain. Next, we have the word bint. Okay, for the meanings, amal means an act. Okay, jaza means reward. The word bint means a girl or daughter. Okay, so bint becomes bintun, bintan, along with the post tanween alif. Then we have bintin. Okay, then we have waqi'ah. Now what does this mean? It means a happening, something that happens. So a simple happening. You'll understand why I translated it as something that happens, and you'll understand it when we move a bit forward in the noun section, inshallah. Okay, so you'll understand why I translated it that way. Anyways, so let's come back to a happening. So it becomes waqi'atun, waqi'atan. Notice the gulta and therefore not the addition of post tanween alif. Then we have waqi'atin, and we have the last one, which is again repetition, shay'un. uh, okay, so we have shay'un, then shay'an, because it's not the alif hamza combo, so we have the post tanween alif over here. And lastly, shay'in. Okay, so this lesson was about the introduction to tanween, what it is and how to recognize it, and technically just to get oriented to its basic stuff, some basic things that we need to know about it. Now its implication would inshallah would be learned in the next part of this lesson. This is 3a, so we'll be doing it in lesson 3b. Okay, and so well, let's move on to that inshallah. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al Hakim.